Shalom. All right. We should be back up. Everybody a chance to get back in here. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Test it, test it. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Test it, test it. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom. All right. Shalom. All right. Still a delay. Right. Still a delay. Major delay. All right, let's see now. All right, how about now, y'all? Let's see. Shalom. Y'all about Shemel Shabbat Thumb. Y'all was Shemal Thumb, Shemel Shah. The water for y'all hanging in. We try to get this audio situation straight. Yeah, it sounds clear. Let's see if there's a delay. All right. I had a chance to come back in here. Okay. Okay. Sounds better. All right. We're going to keep going. Just let everybody trickle in here. We're talking about the rest officer Yabakar's question. All right. We sounding much better now. The delay is going away. But yes, that's the judgment for the heathen. Talking about the kingdom of heaven. That's how it works. They're going to pay a great price for the evil that they've done against God's chosen people. They're going to pay. They're going to pay and be born many times over and over again for the evil that they've done. And they're going to be in captivity, especially this man here that it talks about in Revelation chapter 3 and 9, the Jewish man. that claims that he is the Jew of the Bible, he is going to pay a great price as well. That's why he's getting sucked into World War III. Revelations chapter 3 and verse 9, the Lord says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not. They're not the real Jews. Say they are Jews. The real Jews have lost their identity. The Jewish man is the one saying that he is the Jew. They are not. They lie. It's blasphemy against the Most High. The Lord said, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet and to know that I love thee. Now, God has loved everybody. They're going to bow down and worship at the feet of the 12 tribes of Mexicans, Haitians, and Venezuelans that the news media saying in the world to despise us. And the Native Americans that they slaughtered and threw on reservations and have a Thanksgiving celebration every year. Well, we're going to get the kingdom. It's free. They're going to be in the cotton fields, picking sugar cane and cotton, and working in the rice paddy fields. That's what they're going to do for 800 years. All right. We're going to get some more. Yavakar's question says they're going to pay double. It's Revelations chapter 18, and it says verse 6. All right. Revelations 18 and 6. It says, reward her, talking about this empire, America, our oppressors, that they've made it clear America is for white people. That's why white South Africans are being welcomed. At the same time, they're deporting Latinos and Haitians. You understand? That's also why the Ukrainians were being welcomed, while they were calling the Mexicans illegal and the Venezuelans illegal, even though the United States government, who was the Biden administration at the time, was welcoming them to America the same way that they were also welcoming Latinos and Ukrainians to America. But the Ukrainians are not being deported back to Ukraine the same way that white South Africans are being imported into America, because this empire is for our oppressors. Okay, so that's it on that. Now we want to get to where we are. Everybody, just give me a 12 if you can hear me. See, brothers and sisters gradually coming back into class. Just give me a 12. Let me know if you can hear me so I get back to my topic. Just give me a 12. All right. Just share this here. Give me a 12. Be sure to share this. Hit the like, hit the thumbs up. No, we starting over. Okay, Most High in Christ, 212s. The water, the water. All right. I don't know where everybody else went. Get the 212s. Okay. So now we get into this big problem. Back to our topic, correcting the culture. We're going to talk now about this man here, Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 25. A big problem and a cancer in our society and community that we must overcome as a people is Martin Luther King. Here we go, Jeremiah chapter 23 and 25 said, I've heard what the prophet said. People that pretended like they were men of God. I've heard what they've said, that go prophesy. I mean, they go out on the street and they speak as though they represent God. These are Christian preachers. More specifically, this is talking about Martin Luther King saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Martin Luther King had a dream that was based on his lust to have nasty sex with white prostitutes in the Watergate Hotel. Martin Luther King wanted to have sex with white women, but the only white women he could have sex with were the nasty prostitutes that he got. And people, we want to correct this culture. It's the same thing that got Tiger Woods in trouble and O.J. Simpson in trouble, chasing behind oppressors. The Lord said in Jeremiah 23 and 26, how long shall this be in the hearts of the prophets, of men of God, that people think are men of God, that prophesy lies. They lied. Martin Luther King lied, and the world thought it came from God. Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. He wanted to have sex with white women. That's why he made the world, he made black people believe that we were supposed to sit down and be friends and integrate with the people that would sick dogs on us and break our ribs with water hoses. You understand? The king's dream is against God. And our culture still represents and worships and idolizes Martin Luther King when God not wanted to be that way. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 5. We're now going to Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 3. All right? Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 3. Proverbs 5 and 3 says, the lips of a strange woman. What is a strange woman? There's a woman that is not like us. It's not like our mothers and aunts and cousins. It's a different type of woman. This is a strange woman. You understand? And the oppressor's woman is a strange woman. She's strange. She doesn't wash up every day. She don't take a bath. You understand? That's a strange woman. She won't use washcloths. Our moms and aunts and grandmas taught us to wash up with washcloths. Wash your face, wash your legs, wash your feet, wash your arms, wash your behind. Well, she doesn't raise her kids to wash up every day. They're not using washcloths. This is a strange one. They don't season, they don't wash their meat when they got the pack. They're not interested in washing the meat. They're not scrubbing the chicken and the turkey. They're not wiping it down with lemon and vinegar and lime to clean it and soak it. They're not doing that. They're not putting all the seasoning on the food and the meat and the potatoes and the chicken. They're going to do a sprinkle of salt and just a little sprinkle, enough to coat it just a little, and put a drizzle. We're not putting a drizzle and a sprinkle to season our food. What goes with food? How do we season our food? What sister's that? Where's Tower Bob? Tower Bob make that curried chicken. How do we season our food? We put a little drizzle of salt and pepper. Where's Sister Deborah? How do we season our food, Deborah? How are we seasoning our food? Put a little drizzle of salt, a little bit, add to taste. Put a little here, a little there. That's a strange woman. The damn egg is still wet and sopping up in the pan. She's going to put it on the plate like it's done. That's a strange woman. She's going to put raisins in the potato salad. That's a strange woman. A woman does that. You understand? Let the cat on the goddamn counter and lick the butter. Cooking food. It's a damn animal right next to the food. Parrot walking up, licking the butter, digging in the ice cream. You understand? They're not doing that. A strange woman don't put that seasoned salt, garlic powder, and cumin on there. Strange woman, she gonna take the chicken, the big chicken, right out the pack full of salmonella, and she gonna dump it right into the pan. She season the chicken, wash it, chicken straight from the pack, and dump it right in the pot. It's a strange woman. That woman strange. She don't have sex with a dog. That's a strange woman. Not our type of woman. The one that's about her fathers pray to rocks in the middle of the desert. She's a Muslim. An Arab woman is a strange woman. They pray to statues. That East Indian woman is a strange woman. Take a damn don't use any soap. That's a strange woman. You understand? Only thing she washing is her hair. That's it. The hair, the only thing get washed. Everything else. Throw water on her, she smell like a German shepherd. That's a strange woman. What did God say about a strange woman, Shemagabar? Give me verse 3. Proverbs 5 and 3. What did God say?
Khan. This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Proverbs 3, chapter 5. Salaki, sir. Proverbs 3, chapter 5.
Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3.
Salaki. Khan
Yep.
Khan. Proverbs 5, verse 3. For the lips of a strange woman dry as in honeycomb.
That strange woman, she talks so sweet, sounds so nice. That's what young Jeezy thought. He went and got him Maylene from the carryout. Jenny Mai. She talks so sweet, so nice. Went and made a baby with Maylene. Had a little Jeezy Jenkins. Keep going.
Khan Khan. And her mouth is smoother than oil.
On up. Her mouth, when she talks, she say the most smooth and slick things. You got white girls on the internet trying to check sisters about how to treat black men. She sounds so nice and so sweet. Don't sound like she arguing and fussing and doing a bunch of back talk and disrespecting brothers all on the internet. He got to get his stuff together and you better do this and got to be 6 foot and 6 figures and all that stuff. No, Becky ain't doing that. Maylene, the little Filipina, she not doing that. Su Young over there in China, she not doing that. She's a strange woman. Damn animal down. That's a strange woman. Put a damn dog in the pot for dinner. They're strange women. But she sounds so nice and sweet. That's what Jonathan Majors thought. That's what your boy Shannon Sharp thought. Shannon Sharp saw a white girl, saw Miss White Girl, then King's Fantasy. That's what Tiger Woods thought when he got him old white girl. He went to the Waffle House and bypassed all the sisters working at the Waffle House. He saw him a nanny. He saw him an old nanny, smelling like a German shepherd, making uncooked eggs and unseasoned meat at 3 in the morning at the Waffle House. And he said, "You know what? There's something special about her. You want to go have sex with old German shepherd." And then she ended up busting him upside the head with the golf club, getting $500 million of his chic shaving money, his Gillette money, his Buick money, his golf money. He went and split half of his empire with this nanny because he didn't understand that the lips of a strange woman drop as honeycomb. She sounds sweet. Jonathan Majors found out the hard way. He with this nice white woman, and that white woman changed her mind one day and turned into Emily Rose, and her damn head spin around like the exorcist. And then Jonathan Majors is running for 10 blocks to get away from this white girl. And she possessed, chasing him like a track meet. He all on the news running, catching some charges because he didn't let the white girl beat the hell out of him and kill it. He still get in trouble. Lost his movie position. He has not been taught that he is not allowed to have sex with white girls. Monique tried to warn Shannon Sharp. Stay away from them young girls. You don't need no young girl. You don't need to be messing with no white girl. Cat Williams tried to warn him. He said you should be scared. You shouldn't be over there dealing with her. But Shannon Sharp, he was big, dumb, and goofy. Yeah, big, dumb brother. He must get him a white girl. He figured he different. He better than Emmett Till, better than George Stinney, better than everybody. He know better than everybody. It's 2025. It's a post-racial era. He forgot he was a black man from the South. Well, now he getting his black man from the South lesson. Keep going.
Con. Verse 4. But her end is bitter as wormwood.
But the end of that relationship is bitter. He getting the bitterness right now. See, he was having fun, but now he getting the bitterness. You understand? O.J. Simpson was having fun. He ended up with that bitterness. Michael Jackson was having a wonderful time. He loved them, pretending that them three white kids is his kids. Them kids don't have not one drop of Jackson blood in them at all. Not one of their features matches anything connected to Michael Jackson or any of his Jackson. Hey, something crazy. You understand? The lips of a strange woman. The Lord said, don't do it. We're not allowed to have interracial marriages or jungle fever or the damn swirl. Got you wearing sweaters and trying to talk through your damn nose. Another one. She figured she got to come up when it got him a white man. She been paying that white man almost $20 million in spousal support since she got divorced. All of her money, all of her 2000s money, her X-Men, all of it going to an oppressor. Martin Luther King's dream was a nightmare. That's against God. Any more on that?
Con. Sharp as a two-edged
Her
sword.
end is bitter as wormwood. It's sharp. It's going to cut you on the way in and out. You understand? The Lord said, do not do that. The culture got to be corrected. As a matter of fact, skip down to verse 9.
Con. Verse 9. Lest thou give thine honor unto others.
The Lord said you'll end up giving your honor to others. You understand? The Lord don't want us to do that. All of those years of good harvest, the Tuskegee Airmen, all the brothers fighting American wars, and the Buffalo Soldiers, and the Special Black Soldier Regiment from World War I and II, and the Navajo Code Talkers, all of that fighting and marrying ourselves to America. Then marry yourselves to the white man. Get off in the military, all into the world, turn you into a murderer. You swear and pledge allegiance to him, pledge allegiance to you. He don't swear allegiance to you. They deported countless Latino service members that fought in Iraq and Afghanistan. He don't give a dang. They deported one Haitian brother, West Indian brother. He on active duty, fighting the war. He come home to see his wife, immigration customs enforcement up, and a war going on. Why is that? Because they don't have allegiance. The Lord said, don't give your years to the crew. A stranger should not get all your strength and your hard work and your soul, your dedication, and you fighting for them. We're not allowed to our oppressor's military or his government or police force. That's against the law. You understand? If you already signed your contract, do your time and get out. Get out if you can. That's against God. We're not allowed. Soldiers came home heroin addicts in Vietnam, Korea. Yeah. We're not got exposed to all kinds of lifestyle that you bringing back to the neighborhood. You done got experience being a trained conscienceless murderer, and now you come back home to your neighborhood trying to institute your murder skills that you'd have learned from the white man, how to take people's life by conscience. And mafia, trying to set the mafia up, terror killer experience over in Vietnam, over in, you understand? Taking the Italian gangster's lifestyle. We're not supposed to do that. You become the driver for some murderer, all of a sudden you want to start the mafia in the black community. You're not supposed to take the customs of a nation of people. That comes with integration. That comes from Martin Luther King. And culturally, we have to turn on Martin Luther King's way of living. You understand? All right. Keep going with verse 9.
Khan, and thy years unto the crew.
And thy years unto the crew. Your years to the crew. The crew people have your years. All your years, Maxine Waters been sitting in politics, trying to get jiving and showing all his teeth for Donald Trump, just for him to not get a thank you, a mention, a nothing. Not a seat in the cabinet, can't do nothing, can't even smell his cologne, nothing. You smiling in. And Donald Trump did not shake his hand and he just smiled and did that church boy rock back and forth move and just shamed that brother. Like the Lord said, don't give your years to the crew. All the years, all the brothers and sisters in civil and government service have done to prop up all these cities in America. And now Donald Trump come through in one swoop and 40,000 workers here. All these workers. Department of Education, he doing away with the whole damn thing because we were supposed to be building up our society. And that is something we must correct. We've built up Islam, we built up Christianity, we build up gangs, we build up drug cartels, we built up these 12 tribes. The Lord said, don't give your years to the crew. Keep going, give me verse 10.
Khan, verse 10. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth.
Verse 10. Let let strangers have your wealth. O.J. Simpson married Nicole Brown Simpson's family. And Nicole Brown Simpson, the rental ever heard of Hertz? Anybody ever heard of Hertz before?
Khan.
You heard of Hertz, Shemagabal? You heard of Hertz? Hertz rental car?
Khan, sir.
Or Brown Simpson. Instead, it went to a white girl and her family. And they got it. And they are mega rich. Hertz franchise all over the country for decades. And strangers have our wealth. From him running and playing football, getting his knees all tore up, running for thousands and thousands of yards. Well, guess what? All of that wealth goes to strangers now. Doesn't benefit our people at all. That money, that wealth, that resource is taken away from us. Just like all the brothers that went and fought in Esau's military, all of that strength and resources is gone from us. Them brothers supposed to come into UPK so we can stop stabbings and murders and poverty and homelessness and child abuse and missing children all over Norfolk and Richmond and Lynchburg and Roanoke. You understand? And all over the black and Latino community and the reservation. This is what we were supposed to do. You understand? And now all thy labors are in the house of a stranger. Everything we work for, a stranger has it. We taught the Chinese and the Koreans how to make fried chicken. They got the wealth of fried chicken. What's the black-owned fried chicken spot? Popeyes. They got a black mascot. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Huh? Frying chicken is a recipe in the Bible. Fine flour mingled with oil in a baking pan. That's our custom. Somebody got a piece of our heritage because we went to strangers that the Lord told us not to do. All right. So you can drop that from here. Let's go. Should be 9. Let's get this here. Bear with me just a minute. Give me Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 7. Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 7.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 7. For as he thinketh in his heart.
That's right. Proverbs 23 and 7. Go ahead.
Come on. For as he thinketh in his heart.
Proverbs 23, verse 27.
Oh,
27.
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
For a whore is a deep ditch.
A whore is a deep ditch. A hole is a deep ditch. A ditch, something you fall into a ditch and you end up in nothing but trouble. You driving your car around and your car, one of your tires slip and fall into a ditch. You might be stranded on the side of the road, might blow out your tire, crack your axle. You stuck. Got to wait for Section 8 or the tow man. Like a whore is a deep ditch, trouble upon trouble. You don't know how much trouble you find yourself in with a whore, with a hoe. Tory Lanez is in prison right because Tory Lanez is a hoe. Taught the Bible, deep ditch. God said in the Bible, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Who here knows what a female dog is? God said it in the Bible. This is an important lesson because right now, hoes is popular. Hoes is beloved. You get a TV show, you become a star, an IG, Instagram model, you get the world, so it seems. Make light bill money, weave eyelash money. You understand? What did the Lord say?
For a whore is a deep ditch.
Give me a shameless, hold that, give me a shameless woman, Schmackenbach. It's a deep ditch.
Con. And
She's a trap. It's a deep ditch. Uh-huh.
And a strange woman is a narrow pit.
A narrow pit. I mean, it's going to be hard. You're going to fall in there, but it's going to be a narrow pit. It's going to be hard. Saying a whore is a deep ditch. You hang out with hoes, as Tory Lanez. Hoes get you shot at. You having sex with some woman, having sex with everybody. The best, come to find out, got the plea deal. But Tory Lanez, he seen that she was a hoe, and he feel like it was his turn. Everybody get a turn on Megan Thee Stallion. Why not me? And Tory Lanez had to learn all the trouble that comes with being with a hoe. He had to learn. this culture must learn to stop worshiping whores. Tony Braxton recently went to her son's graduation, and this hoe showed up to her son's graduation with a see-through sheer outfit, showing her at the goddamn graduation with her son in a cap and gown. This old hoe showed up in some damn see-through clothing. Remember, Lizzo went to a damn basketball game with the tail of her You understand? God said a shameless. Did you get a shameless woman, Shemaka Bar? You got it?
Sir.
In Ecclesiasticus. You got shameless woman?
I'm getting down, sir.
All right. In shameless. All right. Yep, pull shameless woman. God don't love everybody. God giving our warnings. Bad things happen when you do the wrong thing. You could be in the wrong place. A whore set you up to get robbed. You'll mess around and get killed. You anxious to have your turn with a hoe everybody else has been with, and she's setting you up to get robbed just like she set everybody else up to get robbed. And you mess around thinking it's your turn to be with some hoe that everybody else done passed around, because the culture says you can have an old lady, but them hoes is for everybody. They for the streets. That's what Future said. Well, listen, you should not be dealing with you. You're gonna end up in prison. Now, because you must be with hoes, because the culture's a shooting breakout because hoes is unstable. They having sex with they just doing, they out of control. You can't tell them what to say, how to act, how to dress. You can't warn them. You can't correct them. Nothing. They at the goddamn shoe store twerking for Mother's Day. They had a birthday party. Some down on the goddamn stage at a nightclub. End up falling and landing on her daughter with a damn pull-up on at 3 or 4 years old, trying to climb up on top of her. Why? Because a whore is a deep dick. So just like her. Provocative just like her. Talk just like her. Sneaking and stealing kisses just like her from the time she's a baby. That's a deep ditch. And if you try to correct her and tell her, I don't want my daughter doing that, she'll hold your daughter for ransom. Is a deep ditch. The culture says this is the type of woman you want. This is the type of woman you should be around. It comes with your success and your career. This comes with the territory. Drugs, sex, and rock and roll. Well, the Lord warned us about trying to live his life. You understand? Don't even know if the brother gonna make it or not. But he knows the danger of a hoe now. He knows now. You understand?
Come, sir.
You got it? All right, go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus. This is Ecclesiasticus 26, chapter 26, verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
A shameless woman, a shameless woman will go out. A shameless woman, her reputation is known for her tail. That's a shameless woman. It's time to go take a picture. She don't take the picture. She want to turn around and put her butt in front of the picture. That's a shameless woman. That's what the Lord said. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Who knows what a female dog is? What is the Lord saying? I don't love them. What saying? A, a woman that get on the internet like Young Miami and talk about peed on, like sit damn courthouse years of being with Diddy, doing all manner of evil and wickedness. God said a whore is a deep ditch, and a shameless woman shall be a dog. God, she that is shamefaced. That's when you talk about it, praise and be honored. Understand? A righteous sister, honorable sisters, dressed in modest apparel. That's what you're talking about. That our hand working, you should be sewing and doing garments. That's making food, preparing for the household, for the brothers and sisters. That's who you should be talking about. A virtuous woman, full of skill and ability, not a shameless woman causing trouble and shootings everywhere she go, stirring up beef and conflict between sisters. That's the wrong type of woman to be, and that's wrong. Keep going. A shall be counted as a dog. Y'all don't know what a shameless woman is. Huh? Keep going.
Con. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
She that is shamefaced is going to fear the Lord. Her fearing the Lord will keep. She on the internet. The men had like a superhead and the Lord, and this one, and now chat rooms. All the people sitting on the stage talking about everybody they didn't slept with. All the men, all the brothers, all the sisters. I've been with this type of man, and they've been with this type of man, and these type of men don't treat you right. And these type of men do this and all. That's a shameless woman. Supposed to be shamefaced. You shouldn't be saying that all on the damn internet. You understand? We're gonna get to it. What else are we talking about here? That's a shameless woman. All right. Let's see. What was that scripture I just said in Deuteronomy? That's it. Take me to Deuteronomy 22 and 22.
Con.
Deuteronomy. Yeah, there you go.
Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy 22, chapter 22, verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband,
If a man is found lying with a woman that already has a man, when that sister came into the music industry, she had a man named Ryan Leslie. Came into the music industry at 19 years old. She was with a man, Cassie. He cared for her. He put up his own money to get her career started. He was full of talent and ability, And he said, I'm going to make sure that your career succeeds because he loved Cassie. He loved her so much. But there's a wicked man. There was a wicked man that he exposed his woman to. And this sister did an evil thing that sisters do all the time. That it is a shameless thing that is so woven into the culture that it seems not to give a woman a right to do. And she decided that she was going to get rid of her man and now go be with Diddy. She was going to leave her man to go be with Diddy. Ryan Leslie was a musical genius, they say, full of skill and everything. And he backed and brought Cassie to the world stage with her talent for her music career. And she just threw that brother to the side to went and go get Diddy because Diddy had what she liked. And she got to live an extravagant life with Diddy. But she threw her man away. Keep going.
Khan. Then they shall then Slakia,
Keep going. Keep going.
then they shall both of them die.
The Lord said, if you are a man and you know you meet a woman that already has a man, and now you decide, the Lord said, death penalty offense. You are supposed to expect that your life be over by doing this. Because a whore is a deep ditch. A woman who would leave her man to go and a shameless woman. She does not have a right to leave her man to go and have sex with you. And if you have sex with her, you have done an evil thing right along with her. A righteous kingdom supposed to be done. But it is just as common as one rap song to the next. I stole your girl, Mr. Steal your girl. I take your girl. Ha ha, you broke. You look at your girl. She riding with me. Ha. Well, Diddy did that because the culture says it's girl. I got your girl. The culture says that's acceptable. And Diddy was the epitome of the culture. And Cassie had a wonderful time in it. You understand? How can we prevent Cassie from being trapped, quote unquote, in this cycle of freak offs and sex trafficking, where she and her and all of Diddy's friends and the baby oil and cocaine and escorts and getting peed on and all manner of evil? How do you avoid being sucked into a war of a deep ditch? How do you avoid that? By correcting the culture, by keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. She had no business leaving her man. Had she never left Ryan Leslie, she would have never been in a relationship with Diddy. She wouldn't be getting punched up and down the hallway with Diddy, getting kicked in the back, getting kicked in the body. This would not have happened. She chose Diddy. She already had a man that loved her, but that wasn't good enough because in her heart was the heart of a whore. Because that's what the culture says. That's what the culture says she should do. Because she young and no ring on my finger, she should be free to go and choose as she see fit. And this is the danger of this trash as Black and Latino culture. She would have been safe with that man who loved and cared for her, but she didn't want that safety. She wanted the danger. She wanted the money. She wanted the abuser because he loved whores and she wanted to be one so that she could throw her man away. Obeying God's commandments ends this whole thing. There are no escorts to get tricked to come to a stripper party and end up getting drugged and told that you got to have sex for 4 days with God knows how many whoever is at this damn party. You wouldn't do that because you know the commandments say, prostitute not thy daughter. So if a rapper or a movie star wants to be in a movie and he wants his rap career to take off, the way that he's going to be able to get his rap career going is he got to let Diddy tear his behind up. He got to go have sex with the Jewish executives in Hollywood and Harvey Weinstein and Clive Owen and Leo Cohen. He got to go and give up some tail, just like a woman. But because he knows that he can't prostitute himself because it's against God, because he knows that a man cannot lie with mankind, even if the other man promises you a record. She never gets into this relationship where she getting beaten and stomped and whipped and abused and knocked down the hallway and scared for her life and all manner of evil that she's saying took place in this relationship that she chose. That's what the episode's about, correcting the culture. The father is supposed to decide. The father is supposed to decide that she should not be with Diddy. You already got a man. You should not leave your man to go have fun and adventures with Diddy because you don't know the other side for hot girl summer lifestyle. She promoted until it get her shot. That's what come with hoeing. A whore is a deep ditch. That would come with the territory. You in the club, you having sex with strangers, you hopping from man to man, you drunk late at night, you half dressed, the world know you for being a hoe, you set yourself up to be in a terrible position. Are we making excuses for the situation? Absolutely not. Are we condoning the violence or domestic violence or shooting and abuse? Absolutely not. But there are corrections, that sad, hard lessons that we from getting stabbed to death in prison for a shooting that the brother may or may not have done at all because he was taught by the culture, Talia was taught by the culture that she's supposed to be a hoe and be a whore and be worshiped for it. The whole thing gets corrected. It never happens. Now, think of the shame of this brother that married Cassie, and she gets on the witness stand pregnant with another man's baby, as she talks about getting peed on and all of this other stuff and getting drugged and getting passed around and having sex with all of these men and prostitutes. You understand? He decided to just swoop in like a superhero. And she said who Diddy was. He'd been Diddy since the 90s. Everybody knew him. There's no secret about anything he was doing. Just like everybody knew Michael Jackson, everybody knew Puffy. God said, charge them that are rich in this world. You should not worship and idolize the rich. You should not do that. You shouldn't give your kids to Michael Jackson because he's rich and he got a theme park at his house. You should not worship him for his money. Even if you are poor in the ghetto, you should not do that. You should not worship R. Kelly's money, that you be in a relationship for a singing career and have sex with the producer for a singing career. That's prostitution. You're here for the benefits. You're a prostitute. You understand? You're getting in a sexual relationship so that you can get a football contract or a record contract or a movie contract or a music contract. You are a prostitute. That's what prostitution is. And now, because the culture says you got to use what you got to get what you want. The culture made prostitution relationship having sex with strangers for 10 years. And now you on the witness stand having nasty adultery, prostitute sex with all your children. You did to you, forcing your girlfriend to have sex with strangers, drugging people, SAing people, running a prostitution ring, telling people to pee on your goddamn girlfriend while you watch and enjoy yourself before the whole damn world. Why? Because you love whores. And the culture says you're supposed to love a whore. You're supposed to turn your woman into a whore. You're supposed to love prostitutes and strippers. Turn your woman into a prostitute because this is the garbage and the filth that the culture teaches is Black and Latino culture. They say this is our culture. It's not our culture. God's laws, statutes, and commandments is our. Women in modest apparel is our culture. Sex is marriage is our culture. This is permanent is our culture. Benjamin's mother died in childbirth. Her life was not more important than that baby. Shooting a man can have more than one woman. A man cannot have someone else's woman. That's not our culture. Like the culture must be corrected. If we are going to survive and stay alive as a people, we must correct the culture. We must change what we think about life. We got to change what we've been at. Finish, give me that Deuteronomy 22 and 22 from the beginning. One more time.
Con. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die.
Hold on, now you froze. You froze with me. I'm not seeing anything. Let's
Hey,
take a
listen,
quick break
brothers and
real quick.
sisters,
Hold
man.
that for a
If
second.
you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
All right, that's right. So give me that Deuteronomy 22 and 22 one more time.
Con. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die.
All right. Both of them die. Like in a righteous society, this is our goal to follow Christ, to keep God's commandments. It says, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel. You understand? Now, we're not advocating for no violence. We're not saying to go and put nobody to death because Christ did not give us the authority to do that. He says that is acceptable, but our culture must change to line up with what the Lord wants us to do. You understand? Think of all the power and resources that Diddy had control of that could have changed the entire landscape in the Black community. And instead of doing what was power and authority to do great evil, to harm our people and even harm himself and his own family. This is why the culture must be corrected, man. A rich man is not supposed to be worshiped and honored. A rich man is not supposed to be looked at as this is what everyone is aspiring to be like, especially in an evil kingdom like this we in America. The Lord said, don't do that. Our people idolize the rich with hopes that we get some of his money. Now think about when all the rest of the stories come out, all the other actors, all they did to get a stand, like the Lord said, a good name is better than riches. Like we should have never been worshiping and idolizing riches and war this whole place, man. We got to fix ourselves. And we do that by getting in the ISUPK, getting in these classes, getting in these schools in whatever city and state and country that you're in, so that we can fix ourselves and turn back to the World War III, which is coming quickly. All right, so we're going to go ahead there. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We start out at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, and we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Rule for brother and sister. When a brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They be saluted only. They're here to learn and share themselves with the world. After that 6-month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they'll get counsel from the head to speak to a brother or sister. After that 6-month period, the brother and sister will then get permission from the head to marry. They choose. All right. Get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, commandment from the Most High. 10% of any penny of any increase the Most High gives to you. Get right to the school. Go to ISUPK.com. Make sure that you are paying your tithes. Every brother and sister should be paying their tithes. You understand? You get disability, Social Security, you hit the lottery, you find $20 on the ground, your payroll check, your inheritance. You understand? Upcoming high holy days, we had the Feast of First Fruit. Should be coming up soon. Should be coming up, I believe, in June. Everybody be notified. A troop in the school. It'll be in all black. Boot, shirt, pants, headband, war, scarf. Contact the ISUPK school, whatever city or state that you're in. Sister should also call the school, even though you cannot be a trooper. Do not just sit and watch classes online. There is zero protection that comes with watching classes online, being to be on the sideline of Facebook Israelite, a keyboard warrior. Now is not the time. You understand? Time to come all the way in. And with that, by Hashem Yahushua, with that, class dismissed. ISUPK Lashawan Kodash class every Friday. Make sure that you tune in. Taught by Officer Yagadar, Officer Kataza Kura.
Whoop, whoop. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it. They want a fame, they want a clout. That's why they doubt. I got them black, I want a class. And I shut my mouth. This was way before polite. Before I came to campsites, I came broken and contrite. I just wanted to live right, clean my soul and give my life. Had to give up all my vice. I got a fog out my head. I was raised from the dead. I put down that weed and I cut off my dreads. For before I could lead, I had to learn to be led. Now I'm a bad motherfucker. Walk around and I straight flex on suckers. No one specific, I'm talking to all of you busters. Straight from the gutter, me and my brother, we the long supper. Now, running it like a conductor. Hebrew Academy, I'm the instructor. 14 written all on my cover. Men of war like we hopped at a Hummer. Look like you wanted my trooper could cut you. There is one camp, there is not another. One West, UPK. One West, UPK. One West, one West, one West, UPK. One what? UPK. One what? UPK. One what? One what? One what? UPK. Me and all of my Oyes, hold it, shit down, right here, all day. Shalom, wagwan, sa, passe, is we, damn niggas, yatu, sabe, hey. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it.